the Humvees don't have distance LODs at all, and basically with how Arma handles rendering and client-side simulation at the moment, you're going to have a fun time.
Wait, do they not have any LODs for their Humvees?
No distance LODs.
Since I was curious, I did a little TeamSpeak count. There are apparently around 25 countries being represented right now.
Oh, nice.
Go Earth.
America being the greatest, obviously.
To be fair, in regards to the whole distant LODs, it seems to be a problem as a whole through the entire Arma 3 modding community. A lot of people just seem to be just doing the first one.
That's pretty dumb.
So you have to separately do the.
So hold on.
You basically make like 5. Typically, you make like 5 separate LODs. And then you've got like a couple of others, like your memory point geometry, shadow, and so forth. A lot of people are just making the first one, which is the highest res one, and they're not even making second, third, fourth, and fifth.
Okay.
The game only has one.
User disconnected from your channel.
Yeah, and RHS is already like really high res. There's some stuff they know, but they just don't need to.
It could also be potentially worse because we're using RHS weapons as well.
We shall find out.
Let's say this is a test as much as a game at the same time. We can't guarantee that the performance will be great.
After this, though, we should shift over to that 100-player TVT or lower player TVT, depending on how many people leave.
We'll cross that bridge when we come to it.
Delta check poke.
Too bad we're over the numbers for Rahmadi Rumble, right?
Isn't it broken?
No, I think we are too many.
Yeah, we are. It's 75 people TVT. Rahmadi Rumble. And there are only one in the channel.
Vanilla 556 ammo compatible with RHS weapons now?
Nope.
Mm-hmm. It's always been.
Oh.
I wasn't able to ever put an RHS 556 in vanilla.
Doesn't go
the other way
backwards.
around.
Seems legit.
Just to double check this, we have no SHORAD assets whatsoever. In the platoons? No.
Guess M2. Is there M2 on the?
Yeah.
Mark 19. Best AA weapon available.
And War even.
Hey, Zoomworker, you don't want both those radios you have since I'm your RTO. I don't have an extra 148. You have a 148 and a 117.
Does the Overlord not have a long range?
He has a 148.
Okay, then we're great.
Well, I just want to know if you needed both of those or if you wanted your RTO with both radios instead.
I'll get to the signals part in a bit.
Delta check poke, please.
I've seen your poke.
Thank you.
Is the 117 majorly different to the 117 in Arma 2? Or does it still work pretty much the same?
No.
They have a different interface.
Yeah, the interface is similar to the 152.
You don't have to go into the interface though to really use it.
Okay.
The power is already boosted to 20 watts by default now.
Hey,
Sound
20.
muted.
You,
Sound resumed.
it's like
20 kilowatts.
audio.
20 watts.
I'm guessing there's no speaker option on the 117.
Sound muted.
Sorry. People, no, it's a tactical community in that sense, so it's proper stuff. You'll hear the briefing. We look at the map, listen to the brief, go in game, and execute it.
Sound resumed.
Just me, Danny.
AC.
Okay.
There's currently...
Who's the
82
2
people.
platoon sergeant and 2 RTO?
Yep.
Are you going to be
RTO,
including,
size
hey
missions,
Janus, with the 117,
platoons.
you be including
Senior
HF or
sergeant is
SATCOM?
Holmes.
I will be, yes, Cedric.
Yeah, so
Not right now, though.
20 quick scopes.
It'll also have data and text messaging, don't worry.
Yes.
Do I have to pay extra for long distance calling?
How do you think we're going to do microtransactions in Acre?
Oh, so that's how impulses get the money.
What's the data plan rates?
Too much.
Too little.
Just wait until they
You'll
implement
be charged by the
the
kilobyte.
mobile phones.
What about
pay
Angry
as you
Birds?
go.
Angry Birds?
Dialogue.
3G or 4G?
But does it have better connectivity than free?
1G.
Will
It's
there
gonna
be
be an
I think
Wi-Fi?
that'll be
analog
down
or
to
digital cell phone.
the mission maker will have to put down a cell phone tower relay. If they don't, you'll have poor reception.
What company? AT&T? They're too
But I
expensive.
imagine he'll only place it in an area where it'll basically cover like, a tiny bit of the map. And you have to pay more
you'll
to
have
get
to
more.
be on the highway to get any signals.
Yeah.
Forget AO scripts, just do that.
That would keep people where they're supposed to be.
You get that, Incognito?
Hold on, I'm in a tunnel.
Yep.
Okay.
There are no
Actually
tunnels
like
in Arma.
satellite phones for Acre. Who is 2-4?
AC is.
Okay.
JB, your first squad, right?
Correct. Well, I'm 1-1 to be specific.
Yeah.
Whoever's doing those markers for 1 platoon, do you want me to finish it off because I've got everyone written down?
It's up to you. I'm looking at the thing, so.
I'll just sit.
Okay.
So, have I completely overlooked something in the briefing? Well, is there also exactly no response time on the Hinds?
Apparently.
Shit, son.
Oh, I remember Incog talking about this mission.
Drive faster.
No, he was questioning whether or not you could shoot through the front panel of a BTR with 5.56. That was boasting well for the mission.
It was 50 cal, thank
I'd say no. 50 maybe.
No, it works after like 20
Yeah,
bullets.
you should be able to kill a BTR with the 50. At least the crew.
Does it really?
You can.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah, you can at least destroy the
You can
tires.
blow up the whole thing.
Yeah, BTR is not well armored.
Well, I know it's not well
APC.
armored. I know it's a piece of shit in real life. It's just, does that translate to Arma?
Yes.
Yeah, dude.
Yes.
50 rips right through it.
All right, that's awesome.
Problem is, there can
Oh yeah,
rips
that's
right
right.
through you as well.
We had that one incident where we were using
We
it as
got
cover
shot
and it
through
cut
it.
through. Yeah, I
it
remember
killed
that
us.
now.
Actually, their cannon rips through you better than your cannon rips through them.
Exactly.
We
Exactly.
don't have,
Exactly.
That's why we have like 12, though.
Yeah.
It's
We have
like
12. They
Shermans
have
and
an equivalent.
Tigers. Keep throwing us at them until we win.
Yeah. But
You
they're
mean
stationary.
Tigers and Abrams headshot, right?
Oh god, the trigger.
Alright. First platoon lead Herbie, you here? Herbie? Headshot, you here?
Yep.
Fantastic. Fantastic. Alright, so you've already read the situation. We got an airborne infantry company supported by 2 times enemy Mi-24 Hind in RAO. They have, for some reason, BTR-80s. BTR-80s. And obviously the 2 Hinds. They're dispositioned in platoon strength in Hagen and Schlachte, as well as with forward LPOPs that we already have identified south of Schlachte. Mission. We will clear both Schlachte and Hagen. The initial phase of the mission will be seizing and clearing the town of Schlachte. So that's how far I'll plan for now. Because we'll obviously have to reconsolidate in Schlachte, orient northwards, and then conduct the second assault. Execution. My intent is that we conclude the recombinant inspections in Bruchwedel, our current location. We conduct a road march to the attack position right on the line of, on the flot, or whatever that is. Get the platoons ready, cross the Aldi. Second platoon will occupy the area vicinity SBF Sierra in order to provide support by fire for the maneuver of first platoon, which will maneuver via DOA Red and attack to seize objective Sims, vicinity of identified enemy LPOP. Second platoon will subsequently move up through DOA red as well, under the cover of first platoon. And then we will attack down DOA yellow with second platoon. First platoon first providing overwatch, and then pushing in behind them. Then we will push into the town. I will likely have so second platoon being the first one hitting the town, they'll take objective Willis, and then I'll push first platoon into objective Freeman. They clear online northwards into the town. First platoon clears us on the western edge of town, and we face defensive towards the north, consolidate, and then plan the final attack on the Hagen. So here the first task for the platoons are second platoon, support by fire in order to enable clearing of Sims. First platoon, attack and clear objective Sims. I designated 3 primary target reference points for the purpose of this mission, so that should allow us to easily shift fires onto objective Sims. And the crucial part here will be, obviously, I don't know how reactive the enemy BTRs are. I don't know how quickly the Mi-24s are going to be here, both of which are major problem causers with the armament we have. My intent is obviously we utilize the Mark 19s and M2s to mass fire onto both helicopters and the BTRs, and hopefully defeat them through that, because I don't think we have any long-range AT assets, do we? Not to mention AA. Yeah, we have the straw. So second platoon, you have your full weapon squad with you, right? So make sure you place that in the most advantageous position. Further, the second platoon will get all the Mark 19s for the initial phase of the mission. So you will get 4 Mark 19s, 4 M2s. The first platoon gets 8 M2s. So first platoon, I suggest for your attack, you dismount your vehicle somewhere directly onto the LD or whatever, or leave them on the attack position. Obviously, second platoon should make ample use of the vehicles in their position. Make sure you push some infantry in there before you push the vehicles in. We don't know what there is on the LPOPs. So make sure you reconnoiter that. Same thing for first platoon, make sure you reconnoiter the area in your DOA. That said, I'm not going to give any further detail. Command and control, or sustainment. I'll have my company medic initially at the attack position, then somewhere between second and first platoon, vicinity north of the LD. So right around where the 1 platoon hold marker is, a little north of that probably. So make sure you evacuate. Make sure you first treat casualties on the platoon level, and when that fails, we'll evacuate them to the company CCP. Command and control. I'm zooming your company commander. If I go down, Overlord takes over, then Herbie, then Headshot, and then your PSGs are in command of the mission. Channels will be per cart. What are your questions?
What was the load plan again? Sorry, not the load plan. What? How many of what?
Second platoon gets 4 Mark 19s. That's all Mark 19s and 4 M2s. First platoon gets 8 M2s. And that's all the 12 vehicles. Oh, the 16 vehicles that are not company. If that makes any sense. And if I read the chart right, yeah. So you should be using, like, all of your Humvees are armed. Only the utility Humvees are only for my HQ assets. So my senior medical officer, whatever the fuck, gets a utility Humvee. I get one with my people, and probably one is left behind.
There's a medical Humvee.
Oh yeah, is that movable?
It is.
Okay, then obviously the senior medic takes the medical Humvee. Platoon leaders, do you want to brief in-game? That would be fine with me, unless the Hind is going to attack our assembly area, which...
It will not, only when we're detected in the past red line.
Yeah. Okay, are we fine with in-game platoon briefs then?
Just before we go in-game, who's the other platoon commander?
Headshot.
Headshot. Yep. Headshot, you hit?
Yes.
Is it okay if I wait at the hold point until your guys are all set up at SPF Sierra before I move in to assault? Just to let you know, that's my plan.
Yeah, sure. We'll coordinate, and I'll tell you when I'm set, and then you can maneuver.
Yep.
Just beforehand, does everybody spawn next to their vehicle when we go in, or how am I grabbing the 4 Humvees or the 4 Mark 19s? Because I don't think I'm gonna spawn next to them.
Spawn next to Humvees.
Sergeant.
Okay, so what I'll do is I'll get my...
Well, all the Mark 19s are yours and 4 M2s. I mean,
Okay.
that should be easy to
Yeah,
figure
yeah.
out.
Okay, I'll run around, rally them all up. I'll put my platoon somewhere and then figure that out. Okay, I'm good to go.
Okay.
Now for your regularly scheduled public service announcements. Please remember that G is your grenade key and not for your gear. Please Alt-Tab back in. These messages brought to you by United
Now
Operations.
I know what to kill everyone with.
Yes,
An
that's
additional
right.
message for drivers. Please listen, this one is very important, otherwise you're going to have a very bad day. There is likely to be some desync, so when you're traveling in formation, make sure you have a very good safe distance between you and the vehicle in front. Otherwise, you may find that your vehicle gets destroyed in a flash due to the desync.
Please maintain a safe following distance. Do remember convoy speeds are typically at Q speed. There's no need to be moving fast. Game starts in 5, 4, 3.
Right.
Don't move. Well, I'm happy because this mission is the one I helped.
Delta.
Holy fucking frame rate.
I'm gonna go and sit in the grenade.
Chill out.
It appears we have the Mark 19s next to us. If you want, I can just deal with vehicles. I can coordinate with whoever.
Everyone just kind of stay where you everyone off.
We have the Mark 19s. I can sort us out with.
Yeah, we're not taking the Mark 19s.
I know. I'm just telling you. If you want to deal with a squad, deal with organization. I'll deal with the vehicles to get them sorted out.
I'm gonna deal with it. I'm just gonna assign like an MG team and the cargo staff team into one, and an MG team and the cargo staff into the second.
Okay. That's right.
All of 1-3 gather around.
I believe I'm with you. I have
can I put your
HE.
section briefing quick?
2 heat, 2
Cool.
DP. I think I'm with you.
Cool.
Okay, just before we go to O group, we're gonna have 2 fire teams. Charlie fire team is gonna be led by Foxy. That's gonna be with Flying Spaghetti Monster, Diet, and Toshitsky.
Assistance. We have grenades now.
Who's our MG assistants?
Never safe from grenades.
Included in Delta will be Triss.
MG would be the guys with AT4s.
We're 1-3.
They're the assistants?
Further in the order of march.
AG assistants, sorry, with AT4s.
Everyone happy?
Sure.
Okay. The MG assistants and the
Okay,
they had
gentlemen,
5
I need you all on channel 4, since for weapons, for first click. I need you on the platoon brief on Herbie.
Alright, moving. To brief.
What's the default key to open up your radio?
Control all caps.
Control all caps.
1-6 Romeo checking in on long range 3.
You told him how to rewind.
Guys, platoon brief. Come on. Come on, Zeno. Go, come on, Zeno. Go, Zeno.
I'm your number 2.
What?
I have 4 rounds.
I'm right here.
Slider's my number 2. You're the number 2 for Xenocide.
Okay, whatever.
Sorry.
You're 1 on my right side.
How do I put in my earphones?
Hey Zeno.
Okay,
that. I'm your number 2. I have 4 rounds.
I know.
Where's make sure?
Hello, Edwards.
Alright, Charlie,
Don't need to worry
get in the
about the
column
earplugs.
behind me. Delta, get in the column just to the right of Charlie.
We have no.
Weapons team kind of shift closer to me a bit.
So Foxy,
Some
Fly
do,
Spaghetti
you don't
Monster,
need 'em.
Diet, and Toshitsky, come over here.
God hand, can you find Mech straight and bring him
Just
over?
get in the
Him and
column
this whole
behind
squad
me.
over here.
And then Delta, you should be just on the right of the
fuck you
column.
are.
Romeo checking in.
Yeah, mine's are all on.
Damn it.
God hand, can you get Mech straight over here with his whole squad?
No, this sucks.
You guys are mixing up. None of that matters.
Guys, if you're
Alright,
in one platoon,
fix
come
the
here.
column up.
Alright, Alf, 1-2. Listen up,
Column,
platoon.
not line.
There should be 2 columns of 4 guys.
That's what I'm saying. Column, not line. Do you not know what a column is?
Mech straight, bring your guys in closer.
Toshitsky,
otherwise I'm
yeah,
gonna-
yeah,
I'm
on the
gonna
line.
hang.
Everybody's still. Oh, Jesus.
Doesn't help if they said line before and then they change it to column.
Oh, yeah.
How
Alright,
close?
everybody,
Closer.
please be quiet,
It's close
because
enough.
the briefing is about to begin. Alright then, first of all, can everyone hear me?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, cool. JB, are you here? Mix straight?
Yep.
Edwards?
Yeah.
Delta?
Yep.
Godhand? Okay, let's begin. Security row group and all that shit. Fuck that. Task organization. 1 section.
Okay.
You are my initial fire support section. 1-4, you are also initial fire support section. 1-3, you are initial reserve section, and 1-2, you are my initial assault section. Situation enemy forces is as per the company briefing, but our first objective is going to be in objective Sims, which is just an LP of enemy. So, small amount.
1-6 Romeo, checking in.
Okay. They're located in objective Sims, which is in that little green area. Weapons likely to be small arms and machine guns, but they do also have Mi-24s on call, on standby, so you have to look out for them. Equipment, I'm guessing that they've got nods and also no obstacles. Defensive fires, we don't know about any enemy defensive fires. Air threat, they have Mi-24Vs on standby. Morale is high, they have no CBRN, and their intention is to their future intention is to hold their position and kill us. Situation enemy forces, friendly forces. To our left we're going to have 2 platoon at SPF Sierra. They're going to be fighting fire support onto objective Sims. There's also going to be the company CCP on the right hand side of their position. They are our hold positioners. We're going to be moving with these friendly forces to the attack position, and this briefing will deal with what we do from the attack position to reorging. So the scheme of manoeuvre for our 1-up is 2 platoon is going to be an SPF Sierra providing fire support. Company command is going to be just behind them in a CCP, and we're going to be going right flanking and destroying objective Sims. We have no indirect fire support, we have direct fire support from 2 platoon. Our mission is to destroy objective Sims, the enemy objective Sims, in order to allow friendly forces to advance to objective Willis. We are to destroy enemy forces in objective Sims in order to allow us to attack objective Willis. Execution, my intent is to destroy the enemy on objective Sims by going right flanking through the trees and launching a platoon attack.
1-6 Romeo.
My scheme of manoeuvre, when we move out, every squad will be taking 2 M2 Humvees. Command will be fitting in where they can. I want myself and Josh to be near the front, Godhand and Kazu, you guys to be near the back, but I'm guessing we're just going to have to fit in where we can. Yep, so the scheme manoeuvre, we're going to follow our CPs, get to the attack position, and then when we break off, we're going to be heading straight right to the 1 platoon hold position. Once we're at that hold position, we're going to wait until 2 platoon are in position to cover us as we cross that little patch of open ground. Then we're all going to move into that little clearing and dismount. Yeah?
You have 3 utility Humvees. HQs can use their own.
Okay, cool. We'll use the utility Humvees. Order of march will be 1-1, followed by command, followed by 1-2, followed by weapons, followed by 1-3. Once you get to that dismount marker, 1-4, you are to keep your N2 Humvees and move them up to your fire support position, as well as using obviously your machine guns. Everyone else will move on foot, right flanking, following the tree line. We'll drop 1-1 off at their fire support position and 1-3 at the reserve position. Throughout all of this, we're going to be weapons green, so we're going to be firing as soon as we can see the enemy. Myself and 1-2 will then go forward, assault objective Sims and destroy the enemy within it, using 1-3 to support us if need be. Main effort is going to be destruction of the enemy objective Sims, and that lies with 1-2. So on missions, 1-1, you are to fix the enemy in objective Sims in order to allow 1-2 to attack. 1-2, you are to destroy the enemy in objective Sims in order to complete the objective. 1-3, you are to be held in reserve, be prepared to support 1-2's attack, provide more fire support or help extract casualties. 1-4, you are to fix the enemy in objective Sims. Coordinating instructions. Timings, we're going to be heading off as soon as we're ready. And then the timings will depend on when 2 platoon is in position, so we're just going to be having to wait for them. Preliminary movement is going to be via Humvees. Actions on a Humvee being disabled. We're going to pick up the guys in the utility Humvees if we can and continue movement. Actions on ambush, return fire with the M2s and keep moving. Control measures, our line of departure where we are now, sorry. Report lines. Report lines going to be the attack position. I want everyone to report when they're there. One platoon hold, one platoon dismount, and then when everyone is in their fire support, reserve or assaulting positions. Axis of advance is going to be towards the northwest. Rate of advance, we're going to be moving slowly because of all the desync issues while we're in the Humvees, and then when we're on foot, we're going to be jogging through the trees. Method of movement is primarily by Humvees up to the dismount. Then when we dismount, it will be by Humvee. We will not bypass any enemy units. Limit of advance is going to be the north side of objective Sims. Limit of exploitation for 1-2's assault is going to be the west side of the trees. Fire plan, we have no fire plan. Flank security to our left is going to be conducted by 2 platoon. To our right is open, so make sure you've got guys covering the right flank, especially 1-3. Deception, got no deception plan. Actions on any effective enemy fire before we're in position. Return fire, form a line, and await my QBOs. Actions on PWs, pass into the platoon sergeant. Actions on civ pop, ignore them. Actions on being gassed, die because you don't have any gas masks. Okay, so for a quick summary of the execution, I'm going to move in order of march 1-1, HQ, 1-2, weapons, 1-3, in the Humvees up to attack position, and then breaking off to 1 platoon hold. Once we're at 1 platoon hold, we're going to wait for 2 platoon to get in their position and start shooting at the enemy. Quickly cross the open ground to 1 platoon dismount. Everyone apart from weapons will dismount. Weapons will try and push north using the road or the trees, it's up to you. I'd recommend using the trees because they might have things that could blow you up. To 1-4 fire support and start shooting at objective Sims. Everyone else will move up on foot, round following the trees to 1-1 fire support and 1-2 assault to carry out their missions. 1-1 will fight fire support, 1-3 being in reserve, 1-2 will assault and fucking destroy the enemy. After that we'll reorg at objective Sims. 1-4 will bring up the Humvees, everyone's Humvees, if they can. If not, we'll send 1-3 back, or 1-1 if 1-3's been committed. Service support, SOP variations none. Vehicle loading, everyone's got 2 Humvees. Commander's going to take 2 of the utility Humvees, we'll leave 1 behind. So one of the utility Humvees will have myself and Josh, the other one God Hand and Kazu.
Herbie.
Yeah?
It's 3 in total, so HQ, 1 for platoon, 1 for 1, 1 for 2 platoon.
Alright, okay, we'll all be in the same one. Medical will be down to God Hand, who will give a quick overview of what we're going to do when I'm finished. Logistical support, no replenishment. Command and signals as per the card. Chain of command will be myself, followed by procedure sergeant, then 1 section, 2 section, 3 section, and 4 section. Are there any questions on my part of the briefing?
I have an alternative to how we could deal with the vehicles. When I was motorized infantry, we would usually relieve a rifleman per vehicle, and the 2 IC chilling out there with them, and then bring up the vehicles as the platoon needed them again. But it's probably easier to do it this way.
Okay, that's 1. Where's 2?
Yes, it is. So
the question is how you want to bring up the Humvees.
Pick up all the vehicles.
Yeah, we were gonna use us to bring it up.
Yeah, well, 1-2, I'm probably not going to do that.
1-4 could bring up all the Humvees.
Hey guys, just quiet down for a sec. So you mean like take a rifleman from each squad, basically?
Yeah, that would be from both fire teams instead of 2 cars per squad. But yeah, that's how you'd normally do it. But I don't know what you want to do. If you want to do it this way, that's fine.
Okay, no, because we've got the reserve section. If we don't commit them, we can just send them back. If not, you're fairly close to them. In fact, you know, you're 300 meters away from now. Yeah, we'll do that. So everyone leave a rifleman behind with each Humvee. God Hand and Kazu, you're going to stay behind at the dismount.
Roger.
Okay.
You want to quickly go over formation, the convoy formations, and...
Convoy formation will be in file.
Yeah, well, like herringbone or anything, or no?
Well, if we halt, you go into herringbone.
Yeah, can you explain that to people?
Okay, front vehicle turn left, second vehicle right, next one left, next one right, next one left, next one right. Go a couple of meters off the road and then stop. Everyone happy with herringbone?
Got it.
Okay, God Hand, do you want to give a really quick overview of casualties and what to do if that happens? Please.
Well, since we're so spread out, casualties will have to be dealt with in a way that sections try to contain their casualty, meaning that when the firefight first, you start treating within the section when you've got either the firefighter gotten your guy into cover, If you cannot treat him yourself fully, leave him there with your body. I'll try and come up to the medic with the medic and fucking help out. But make sure it's fucking covered before us. We don't risk up losing me and the medic on that. And if we get this fucking mass casualty situation going, again try and pull yourself into some sort of cover if you can't win the firefight, and then I'll try and get the company medics up and help out with the situation.
If we need as well, if 1-3 haven't been committed, we can use them to extract casualties back to Kazu.
Do not move to the FUP. Move to the
Yeah, 1-2.
Suggestions.
Yep.
Moving that dismount point, it's pointless to cross that linear danger area when we're completely avoided. There's an open field just to the east of it, whereby if we drive on that, get up there, just quick fucking marking on the map, so there's no doubt. Dismount right there. We don't have to sit behind second platoon and wait for them to get into position so they can cover us before we cross a danger area. Might as well completely avoid it, and then we'll probably be able to carry out the assault quicker. Plus, we'll be dismounting in safety. And I agree too.
Okay, so... Hey Josh.
Yep.
Can you put a request to company that we break off from CP1 to go to the DSM marker that I'll replace with the 1 platoon hold marker?
Break off a CP1
wrong.
to the DSM marker.
Yep, which will be the 1 platoon dismount.
0616 message over.
1-2.
Because I don't want to go all the way up to the attack position just to come back and turn around.
0616 requesting that once we reach CP1, 1 platoon breaks off and moves to marker DSM. How copy up?
What was that?
Yeah, I'm just wondering.
Go Viking.
Movement from here to ESP.
0616 requesting that once we hit marker CP1, 1 platoon breaks off and moves to marker
exactly are we?
DSM. How copy over?
I have no fucking idea where we are.
and
It'll be my other question.
we're roughly 156.
We're on the road northwest from Brookweddle up
Yeah.
the MSR. Just by
So
the,
we'd have to do a
the
UE anyway
intersection.
to get to the SP.
16 copy out. He said no.
He said no?
He said hold northeast of CP1 until 2 platoons got their shit. He's in
Talk to him
position.
directly, Herbie. I'll
Yeah.
down the fort here.
If you explain to him, that's the reason why we want to go to the DSM,
Yeah.
so we don't have to wait.
Josh, can you ask where he is over the radio and then come with me?
0616, what's your current location, over? T intersection.
Hey, got him?
I can hear
him. 1-2 requesting to take all their
0616
men,
copies on the
including
way
the
to you
riflemen,
now.
to...
That T
into our
intersection
section.
up there?
Yep.
Can we get someone from someone else's section to get our Humvees, or is that possible?
It would be a lot more complicated fucking unfucking ourselves afterwards because we are still assaulting after we've taken sims.
Right.
So if we can keep the fucking vehicles within the squads, it'll be easier reorganizing everyone.
Okay, will do. Alright.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna take 1-2 to the westish here. We'll do our squad thing and then we'll let you know when we're ready. Alright, 1-2.
1-2.
Let's move on to the west. Move
Moving
about
west.
100 meters.
Moving west.
Or less than that, 50 meters or so.
Alright, 1-3, let's go. Charlie followed by Delta and a Colin. Let's go back to our vehicles.
Should probably find out which vehicles we can take.
Okay, so 4. We're gonna have the assistants as my drivers and gunners, basically. So, first MG team is Yannick and Peter. Second MG team, Gussie and Sickly. AT team 1, Zeno, Jojo 2, Death Strike and Slater. So, we'll basically have Peter and Sickly in the first Humvee and Jojo and Slater in the second. And I'll be in the first Humvee as well.
Yeah, so we're gonna be operating improvement.
Okay. I need to go
Easy
find where the
enough.
utility Humvees are then.
Basically, once we get to the dismount marker, he didn't agree to that second dismount marker, did he?
No.
No.
Not yet.
Okay, so yeah, basically we'll put the gunners up front with me dismounted, and we'll scout ahead for the Humvees. The Humvees will be at the rear of the platoon, basically. If we go from the DSM marker, we're just going to follow the road with the Humvees, because there's a lot of forest in between and it's probably pretty dense, knowing Schwemlitz. If we go to the first platoon dismount, the original planned one, we'll just use that.
The markers have just been updated on the map, so you can see we've got a break-off point now and then three RVs before we get to the new dismount.
I guess it got accepted then. Well, yeah, we'll move along that road to 1-4 fire support. From there, pretty much the infantry will form up on the left side and the vehicles on the road. So that's it.
What about risk of enemies having like a BTR facing down that road? Because then we're gonna eat a
which
face
is
for
why
about
you're in
14.5.
which is why you're kept in the rear. There's 3 squads going in front of us, so they'll report anything they see.
Yeah.
Before we get close to the fire support position, so if they do, we'll just hope you up and mess them up. Alright, let's go find our Humvees.
Jojo, I'll drive. Oh shit, we lost somebody.
No, it's not one of ours.
No? Okay.
He's got a 249, so...
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's no.
Guess ours are the unarmed one.
No, that's platoon HQ.
No, that's...
Someone worked on Humvee already.
Really?
Just looking
I
at
guess
one over
they've
there.
been lined up already. We're in the
Woman
third one.
driver.
Or
No, we
those
had...
2 over here.
Hey, where's my number 2?
To be honest, doesn't matter if we just grab those.
Well, those are the company ones at the back.
Humvee?
This should
These are
be...
the utility ones.
This should be ours.
Let's take those.
Alright. Jojo, gun the rear ones.
Delta Death Strike, you jump out, go down 1.
Hello.
Hi, where's Jojo?
I'm here.
Are you on the gun?
Do you want me on the gun? I'll be on the gun.
Yeah, you're supposed to be on the gun. You and I are the vehicle crew. So yeah, the way the combat works is if you see the vehicle, you just aim opposite side of the vehicle in front of you.
Yeah.
What could possibly go wrong?
It's okay, I got my G27, we're good.
That doesn't really make me feel a whole lot better.
I can actually drive controllably.
I'll remember you said that.
Well...
Yeah, just remember the G-Sync.
That...
The D-Sync, I mean.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You want a safe distance.
Yeah, safety gap.
Yeah, no, I know that, it's just... Yeah.
Did you play yesterday?
Yes, no.
Yeah.
Not during that.
Well, the D-Sync is pretty bad on some of these large missions. So. Like,
Well,
really bad.
It was kind of bad on the last mission we did too. Like when we were on Blue, we're doing up TVT and on Blue Force side when we were moving out, we kind of had on a kind of desync a car crash into the back of the one I was into, and that car exploded.
I cannot hear the vehicle engine at all.
Me neither.
I can hear other vehicles.
You're up in the gun, maybe. Oh, fucking phone call. Right in vehicle chat. Never mind. What the shit?
It's nice to see that there's a lot of people coming back, at least.
Oh yeah.
I also have to admit that the for lower players, the Zeus missions makes it a lot more interesting.
There's extra medical crap in the vehicle.
Yeah, I just grabbed a ton of that dead guy.
There's a 84, two 84s in the back.
Oh, there's...
I'll be right back.
I'm grabbing heat, if nobody wants it.
What, you mean the disposable?
Yeah.
Watch your
yeah, you're my assistant, Darn, so you probably should have watched it. I mean, you're already carrying 4 rockets for me, so you're probably heavy as it.
Well, the bottom bar says only 50%. I'm assuming that's what it goes by.
That's pretty heavy, though.
Okay, then I'll skip it.
I mean, I usually don't go beyond like the suppressor icon or the handgun. Like I don't go right at that, but it's up to you. What does BO light stand for?
No clue.
Badass lights, of course.
You're driving, bud. Oh no, you're the AR gunner. You're in the back. We're gonna have Sue driving.
Alright, let's go.
Somebody with a GP disconnected.
Okay, that's good.
Oh, dirty.
I understand.
I'm just... Okay, never mind.
You ready to roll?
That's better than me.
Yep.
I'm getting 20.
I do have to say that this new acre sounds sexy as fuck.
Can I put you all to shame with 30? With streaming and everything on Ultra?
Yeah, well, the graphical options don't really matter all that much in the end.
Well, technically I am recording, but like with shadow play, so it doesn't really cost a lot of...
How are you technically recording? You are either recording or you're not.
I mean, like if you're using recording software, normal software, you would cut the frames by 50%. So, since I'm using shadow...
necessarily.
Yeah, usually. It
really depends on the coding that the recording software is using.
Well, the point is though that the shadow play uses the 3D cards unlike other softwares, so it is not that a big performance set. So when you usually say you're recording, people are expecting, oh, so you have like a 25 to 50% reduction in frames because of that.
There's a lot of those. There's a lot of codecs available for DX to read that outsource the processing over to the graphics card itself.
We're passing for it.
Well, I don't have them. I have Shadowplay and DX-Story, but there's no way I can run DX-Story the way I am, like compared to Shadowplay.
The thing about DX-Story is that you really need to just learn how to set it right.
Say again, set what to write?
I said the thing about DX-Story is that you really just need to figure out how to set it properly for what you want.
Yeah.
The downside from Shadowplay, from what I can tell, is that you don't get as much options as far as compression rates go. Also, your ass is like right in my goddamn face.
That was one of the joys of the Humvee. You get real friendly.
You don't know what real friendly is if this is your definition of friendly.
I like that we have working mirrors in here now. I'm really liking that.
There's one time on an exercise, we had like a 5-minute marching order, or like, no, it was 60 seconds or something insane. So it was like 20 minus, and the only thing we had was like the tents and nothing else. So we basically were laying on top of each other just keep warm.
Yeah, I can see that was
close.
Son of a bitch, they're good. There goes my FPS again. Oh,
better now. We're back. We're back.
I'm not. My FPS is back down to 20. Fuck.
Don't worry about it. What we're talking, are you?
It's interesting.
From?
Arma 3 is the main reason I'm considering upgrading my processor.
Jojo? I'm from Norway.
What are you running at the moment?
What was that?
What processor are you running at the moment?
It's an older i5. It's clocking Mach 2, so I can't even overclock it. I've been kind of considering getting the newer i7 that they released with a 1150 socket.
Well, it's generally at the moment it's clock speed you want to get. The
on the wrong
Arma 2
road.
only really makes use of 2 core.
Yeah, that's the problem. Yeah, that's the problem usually.
We should have taken a left back there.
Are we taking the wrong turn?
Oh wait,
we
no,
have taken
no,
the wrong turn.
Like the thing with
We're heading towards Schwemlitz.
Yeah, like the thing with Arma 3 is that it's not.
Well, you took a wrong turn. We're going towards Schwemlitz here. They're turning on the next road now. Unless, actually no disregard, we might be taking a different way because we can get to RV1 from here. So
yeah, we can take the second left.
No, we're going the right direction basically. They're not crossing over at CPU.
Hey, there's a
now.
guy running after the Humvees. Like whoever's took the last Humvee need to stop.
Oh god damn it!
Can't do anything.
Don't worry about it. Too many people on the move.
Okay,
yeah,
so
like they're turning left to RV1.
Yeah, like I was saying, the problem with Arma 3's engine is that it's not very well optimized for multi-threading.
No,
so
that's the biggest never been.
That's why I got an i5 because I paid $100 less.
Though to be fair, multi-threading in itself is kind of black magic on its own, so it's not a lot of people are able to optimize their graphical engines for it.
I got a i7 47070, and I'm getting a 20. It's between around 20 frames now.
Well, yeah, I'm on the top i5. Not clocked it though. It's still at the 3.2, I think it is stop clock, and it's 23 for me.
4670.
Yeah,
yes, 4670K.
I'm running the same one, and I'm running at 30 frames with a GTX.
Have you overclocked it though?
Yes.
That's why I haven't overclocked it.
And then it's running at
What's
3.4.
What's your overclock?
4.4.
That's why then.
Yeah, but it isn't. Yeah, but it's technically only 500 megahertz more. It's like 20%.
But that at least that's taken in from. I'm currently getting 24, 25. He'll probably get up to like like you say 30s.
30.
Yeah, like, I look at the ground, I get 37, and I look to the left, 22.
But
yeah,
that's right. I'm also streaming right now, and that's a pretty intensive one too.
What are you using to stream?
OBS.
OBS isn't that hard, that intensive.
No, it's not, but in Arma 3 it's noticeable.
I bet. Have you tried it without OBS in this sort of environment?
Say again?
Have you tried it without OBS in this sort of environment?
No, I can just stop the stream for a minute and I can see.
Yeah, just try that, see what it's like.
Yeah, next up.
That's probably a newer i5 actually.
It's just at the moment we're trying to. Jay is looking into the multiplayer issues that we had because obviously the Arma 2 islands and even like Schwemlitz using Arma 2 assets, they're all going to be a lot more intensive than the default Arma 3 islands at the moment.
Yeah. So what you're saying is that they're not handling the engine is not handling them as well as it is its own assets.
No, it's not the engine. It's something VI did apparently to try and counteract crashes on these maps.
I see.
That was the only inclusion we have is from one of the last few patches that they changed something on older maps to hopefully help improve stability.
Arma.
Off to the left side, the other guy pulled.
Please driving
3. Whoa!
Forward 2 meters. Forward 2 meters.
Alright, here. Don't
I'm
want to go
good.
too far.
Yeah.
I just don't want a tree next to my gun.
Yeah, so far it's two culprits are RHS because they don't have the best resolution LODs at the moment. I mean, the Humvee has no resolution LODs. The weapons apparently do have resolution LODs, but they're not as low as they could be.
Right, I'm gonna pretend I have some kind of idea what the fuck any of that meant.
You know, basically, you've ever seen with some of the Arma models, they'll be less detailed at distance further they are from you.
Right.
Those are resolution LODs, and you have to make them when you actually make, you know, the mod that you're doing. So, say for this Humvee, you basically remove details from it the further away it is, and that's done in stages which are resolution LODs.
I see.
And the Humvee
It basically means that they've been lazy, and it costs
yes,
each
it's
client
always
a
rendering
ton
in
of
full
resources.
detail.
Yeah.
Yes, even
And the problem is at the moment, because of how the Arma 3 is handling AI and objects, which includes vehicles, it's always rendering every object and every AI.
So even though you don't see, even if they're on the other side of the island,
Even if regardless of distance.
Yeah. And considering they are coders and they know all this, so it's like super lazy. It's like they've sort of fucked people in the ass on purpose.
So basically what they've done has resulted in pretty much everything everywhere being rendered at the same fucking time.
We're about 750 meters from
within your object range, yes.
750
not
meters
the
from
map it's
this
placed.
Ugh.
Can you imagine, like, if the universe is being run by like a computer, like how much processing power you need?
I don't want to think about that.
We need quantum processor.
You know the sun? There you go.
So
Yeah, there's
fusion processor.
But a quantum processor isn't like it's super fast compared to today. But if we're talking about simulating reality, I don't think it's enough.
Nothing will reach.
There's just too many variables that you can't. Like the amount of faster CPUs we can have.
It would have to be organic. No?
Yeah, you have to change the way programming works. That's the only way you can make it. Because like the human brain, we're close to surpassing how fast the human brain is. But the human brain works in a super multitasking way. And the computer does everything in linear, one way, yes, no kind of thing. And that's how it's limited.
Human brain kind of works.
We've gotten too philosophical here.
So quantum computers have like a maybe option. Yes, no, maybe.
That's all it does. It's just yes, no, yes, no, yes, no. If, else, or stuff like that.
Like in a root level, it's basically just a series of ones and zeros.
But the quantum physics is that it has a maybe, right?
Oh, it's yes, no, and both.
No, quantum. No, that's the thing. When we're talking about quantum computing, what limits it? It's basically that they're using the same program language. They're using.
You know, guys, I think this.
Okay, I'll take the 6 o'clock, I guess.
I think this conversation. I think this conversation might be getting a little bit too deep.
Well, considering we're talking about how broken Arma 3 is at the moment, it's something turned that philosophical.
Yeah, but basically, it's pretty simple. Like the quantum computing thing, it still uses ones and zeros. So there's still programming in regards to yes and no question.
Apparently,
that's
we're
what
forming the circle of the Humvees from what I heard on the radio.
Yeah, and this Humvee on our front is not ours, but the other one is kind of randomly sitting there right now. So, Delta, you face 115, we'll face, whatever, right of you.
270. Well, we're the only
no,
one
not
facing
270.
We're the only one facing it, but whatever.
But there's Humvees behind us. Then we got the southeast sector, I think. Oh shit, you can open up the back of the Humvee, that's cool.
Yeah, you can.
I'll just go right of him. Oh.
Careful.
There's the frame rate drop.
See, what we should do here is form a Liga.
Once you're set up your position, drivers ain't gonna stay in, rest just not.
Alright.
I mean, it's... Yeah, no, it's
you guys dismount, I think.
jumping out.
Gunners stay in.
Roger.
I mean, technically we should be looking towards the security.
It's actually not that bad. You may want to put the MG over towards the front.
I'm gonna have it right here, and just in case we get contact north.
Yeah. Oh, you wouldn't want to shoot over.
Machine gun facing forward.
Oh yeah, you know what? Okay.
Yeah, you wouldn't want to. You wouldn't want to shoot towards the rear. I'll just stand by the fucking
Right here.
driver's seat.
Already lost one man. It's getting pretty tough out there. I don't want to listen to where he's going. Pinging Zeus. Did I do that?
I'm gonna have to talk to Herbie after this.
I don't get the bipods in this ratios. The gun is bouncing so much with a bipod on.
Hey? Shouldn't.
It's like bouncing all over the place. It shouldn't be bouncing.
I'm resting my weapon and it's not bouncing.
Yeah, mine's fine too.
There. Yeah, it's still bouncing. Even if I hold it still for like 10 seconds, it's still bouncing. The 240B.
That's weird.
Yeah, oh right, you mean the actual weapon sway, not the bounce. Oh yeah, it's still gonna sway.
Yeah,
it's basically all it's doing is giving you the prone weapon values. So whilst you're prone, it really doesn't do much.
Yeah, if I undeploy, it bounces the same amount than if I deploy.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's giving you the prone values for the weapon.
Right, it shouldn't do that.
That's why it's only effective in crowd.
In what? Oh, what were we talking about when I stopped? Oh yeah, stops. So I'm getting 34 5 frames.